Welcome to the third edition of the Varsity Blue podcast. Before we talk about top recruits for Michigan's positions of need, let's meet the two newest Wolverines. Jordan Barnes committed to Rich Rodriguez on Tuesday. The three-star linebacker out of Fort Wayne Homestead High School in Indiana, Barnes stands at 6 foot, 220 pounds, and possesses good quickness, though perhaps not good top-end speed. A good comparison for Michigan fans might be recently graduated Chris Graham. Before you start to worry, however, that Barnes will similarly underachieve, keep in mind that Barnes' position is not set in stone. He also plays fullback at Homestead, and his skill set may translate to the max position in Rich Rodriguez's offense. Even if he stays at linebacker, the staff will find a way to get good production out of Barnes. The Tuesday magic didn't end with Barnes, however, as Michigan got another commitment, this time from Texas wide receiver / defensive back Dwayne Peace. Peace is a 6 foot, 180-pounder from Grand Prairie South. Peace attended Michigan's summer camp, where he impressed on both sides of the ball, but primarily as a wideout. He left camp with an offer, and within a week he had committed to Michigan. He picked the Wolverines over Kansas and Texas A&M. Peace has exceptional quickness and change of direction, which is what may enable him to move to defense in the future. Now let's meet a couple top prospects who can fill Michigan's positions of need that we talked about last week. At running back, David Oku from Oklahoma is a major talent that Rich Rodriguez would love to land. Oku is probably the closest thing to Noel Devine in this year's class, and we all know the success that Rich Rodriguez had with Devine in 2007. Oku is also good friends with a number of top prospects in the state of Oklahoma, and signing Oku could help the Wolverines with these other prospects as well. While the Wolverines don't need a tight end in this class, one player they would certainly take is Deion Sims out of Orchard Lake St. Mary's. He is tall and big and could be a hybrid wide receiver / tight end in the spread offense. Sims still needs to make a decision between basketball and football before he chooses a school. On the offensive line, Michigan is in need of a good, tough guard. Chris Watt out of Glen Ellen, Illinois may be just that player. He is hard-nosed and plays to the whistle on every down. Michigan will compete with Notre Dame and Ohio State for his services. Josh Boyd out of Mississippi is a good defensive tackle prospect who would look very nice suiting up next to Will Campbell in the future. Though Michigan hasn't recruited the Deep South well in the past, Boyd attended the Michigan camp for the entire week, where he dominated nearly every offensive lineman. Fortunately for Michigan, the Wolverines moved up in his eyes. Michigan's need at defensive end could be filled by a top player like Craig Rowe. Rowe hails from Scottsdale, Arizona, but has family in Michigan. The Wolverines would love to get a commitment from the high-motor prospect. Though Rowe is overshadowed by another great defensive end in the area, he's a good rush end himself. In the linebacking core, Maryland's Jelani Jenkins is one of the country's top prospects, both on the field and in the classroom, where his GPA exceeds 4.0. Jenkins is very fast from his stronghold in the middle and delivers big hits on opposing ball carriers. The Wolverines would be ecstatic if Jenkins would pull a Mason Blue hat out of his bag. In the secondary, Michigan is in on two of the nation's best corners. Darius Winston had been committed to Arkansas since very early in the process, but recently rescinded his verbal. Michigan has since been named Winston's top choice. He's an impressive prospect in terms of both physical measurements and skills. And don't forget about Dre. Dre Kirkpatrick from Alabama is another of Michigan's top targets. At 6'2", he is very tall for a corner, but he still has the fluid hips required for the position. He's also very strong at the line of scrimmage and uses his strength to jam opposing wide receivers. Thanks for tuning in to episode 3 of the Varsity Blue Recruiting Podcast. Make sure to come back next time where we'll compare Michigan's class to some of the best in the nation.